May 23rd, 1979.
Can I get your name for the record?
James Miller.
And 38-year-old James William Miller is back in an interrogation room at the South Australian Police Headquarters.
And James, your date of birth?
February 2nd, 1940.
The dramatisation you're about to see is based on information gathered by police in numerous interviews.
Any questions or answers that you give can be recorded and used in court as evidence. You agree with that?
Yeah.
The story unravelling in this secure room will shock the state to its core.
So tell us about the first girl that you picked up. And where did you drive to?
We drove up to Windy Point.
So he didn't always get rough with them?
At police headquarters, detectives continue to interrogate James Miller.
I just thought this was a bit of an accident, you know.
He tells them that Veronica Knight's murder is just the start of a sickening saga.
Do you remember Tanya?
Yeah.
The Crime Squad detectives have arrested 38-year-old James William Miller, and they're questioning him about the murders of 7 young women. At first, he denies everything, but soon the trickle of information becomes a torrent.
Now, James, we have received some information that implicates you and at least one other person in the murder of at least 4 girls.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you remember any conversations that you had at Christopher Worrell's funeral?
There she is.
Detectives establish a crime scene while Miller
My story has changed.
Jesus Christ, the greatest scrapper in the whole wide state of Texas. But I'm not so much for getting people to believe as to follow Christ and imitate him. Amen. You see the problem? This is God's own country. Everybody says it, so it must be true. 600 sweating leader riders cannot be wrong. But say it with honesty, say it with sincerity. They'll clap you into jail. They'll lock you in a lunatic asylum. They'll lie about you, slander you, attack your antecedents, create any issue other than the real one at hand. How is it possible for me to carry out any reforms for the benefit of the helpless in a house constituted as this one is of worldly men, influenced more or less by rich bosses outside of the house who are past masters in the art of self-preservation? In 100 years from now, Australia will lead the world in spite of all the deadbeats, the condescenders, and the bootliers. And I am the best salesman for Australia that you have. And yet, I have been slandered as dishonest, as an embezzler. I've been abused and cold-shouldered as a stranger. I've been blackmailed. I did not come to this country and say that the Duke of Orangutan is my uncle. I simply said, I am King O'Malley, and stood on my own. The reason people do not know my history in the past is that my father said to me, he said, King, whatever you do, do not quote your friends and relatives. And I've tried to fight on that principle. Well, I do not want to be the ghost of the departed O'Malley tribe. My time is ripe. Every dog has his day, and the cat has the night, and it's my day now. And I am ready for the fight. And I will never say die till a dead horse kicks me. You call that a spider? You should see what comes out of the bananas sometimes.
Don't talk about it.
I've seen spiders could stop a Buick.
All right, shut up.
Well, who started with the spiders?
All right,
I don't care who sees them going in and out, so long as you don't see them going in and out. And this goes for you too, B. You don't see nothing, and you don't know nothing.
What do you mean? I understand.
You don't understand. You still think you can talk to somebody about this just a little bit.